And tonight, I like teaching all the classes. This is one that has probably been most life-changing in the sense of like having tools in my toolbox as a mom. So we're going to talk about skincare. We are going to, but when we talk about skincare, like we kind of think of like the facial line. But in addition to talking about the facial line and how we can do things on our face, I'm also going to share just skin tips in general because I think those are really helpful and important. So if you were with us last month, you may notice a few tweaks in this PowerPoint. So let's jump right into talking about skincare for continuing education number 5. Understanding your skin. I think we're all kind of on this journey of learning about our skin. I know for me, I was always told that I had really oily skin, so I treated it with a lot of harsh products when I was younger, trying to just absorb that oil to get rid of really bad acne. And I later learned that I didn't actually have really oily skin. I had really sensitive skin and I was treating it harshly and it was like just creating more oil and more problems. And so after learning that I had sensitive skin, and that wasn't until I started like using doTERRA that was like, I think your skin is like more sensitive, not oily, and having the right products for it, but also having a lot of choices for things I could try on my skin, that my skin is thankfully better than it has been like my entire life. So, what are some things for you? So you can think about what are some things that you love about your skin? Um, and don't say nothing because there has to be something that you love about your skin. And then what are some things, it's easier, I think, to sometimes think about like what you want to improve. We can always point out our flaws, but maybe think about what are some things that you really love about your skin. And as we jump into tonight, we're going to go through some categories, and also on that handout that came with you. I love the handout because it really kind of breaks down the categories and you can really pick what works well for you. So we're going to start out tonight by just jumping in to the basics. I wanted to share some products with you tonight that you might already have in your kits. These tend to come in almost any kit that you get, or are some of the first oils that maybe you try. And I put up there the lavender as well as the lavender touch, and the frankincense and the frankincense touch, and also the copaiba or copaiba, however you want to say it, and then the correct X. Lavender is just super healing. It's a really great oil for skin. It is one, if you have any kind of spots on your skin, it's one you can try. Just a reminder that the touch line already has fractionated coconut oil mixed with it, and it's ready to go in a roll-on. And then we have our 15 mLs that are about 250 drops of 100% pure essential oil. So lavender is known for being calming. So here's the top of the roller too. And one thing I will tell you, when you're using the rollers for your skin, you want to make sure that you roll them on clean hands and then apply them to your skin rather than roll them directly on your face. While the essential oils do a good job of like not taking on bacteria, we still want to be really careful, especially if we're like using it on maybe like a rash or something like that, that we're not spreading it around into our roller bottles. So these are kind of the basic, like if you have something on your skin, and we'll kind of talk through that tonight, any of these you can grab. The correct X, you can kind of see, it looks like a little tube similar to Neosporin. It basically has a blend. I'll hold it up so you can kind of see. You can see this is like, hopefully you can see with my hand, like about the size of it. It is a blend of frankincense, helichrysum, cedarwood, tea tree oil, and lavender. So it has so many potent oils in it, and it's in a non-petroleum base. So it's really easy, and you can just squeeze out a little bit on a Band-Aid. You can even use this on acne spots. So this is kind of, if you're looking like, hey, like I want to try like one product that covers a lot, this might be one to consider. I know we keep ours in our box of Band-Aids, and it's ready to go, really for anything skin. Alrighty, well, let's talk about some common skin issues that you might be having. And there are a lot, if you have your hand out, you can see there's several in the picture. But I just wanted to kind of point out like my first pick in each category. And you can know that those other ones are there. So if you have them, that's great. But I know we have a lot of people that are just now learning, and we don't want this part to be overwhelming. We want to, and we don't want you to think you have to buy everything that's in the kit, but we want you to know, like, if this is something that you're really struggling with, this might be a great place to start. But if you have something else that's in the picture, feel free to try that first. So redness tends to be, there are a variety of causes, but when your skin is really red, it tends to be rooted in inflammation going on in your body. So there are products that can definitely help you reduce inflammation. But one of our favorite go-tos for redness is rose. Rose it does come in a 5 ml. That one is kind of pricey. So most of us tend to have the Rose Touch that again has the fractionated coconut oil already in it. Rose is great at helping to reduce that inflammation on your face. It also makes you feel really, really good. It's one that I know a lot of people, they put on their face and over their heart when they're getting ready in the morning so that they can have a good day. It just lifts them up. Rose is really great for anything skin. It's a flower, so you're going to see lots of flowers like helichrysum and jasmine. Those are flowers, geranium, lavender, all of those flowers. So if you are trying to pick something, know that flowers are always good choices for your skin. So rose is a favorite go-to if you're dealing with redness. Alrighty, scars. We know that most scars usually fade over time. However, if you really want to minimize the color and the size, as well as for me as a mom, it's a speed healing thing on my little ones. So frankincense is a go-to. And again, it can be in the touch roller that's already ready to go, or it could even be in the 15 ml of frankincense if that's what you have. This tends to be a great go-to for scars. Frankincense does a really good job of like healing. It speeds healing. And this is one, when my dad had knee surgery, like we didn't put the oil like directly on the wound. You can't even get to it actually for a while, like once somebody's had a big surgery like that. But we actually put it on the opposite knee because he had knees done one at a time. So we had to put it on the other side and also around the scar. So we don't ever want to put essential oils directly on the stitches. We want those stitches to hold like they're supposed to, but you can always put essential oils around them, and they can actually, the oils just penetrate the skin and they can go under the skin and help scars to heal more quickly. Aging. I know a lot of times when we look at our faces, maybe we see like little lines here or there, and we want to get rid of those. The goal basically is to age more gracefully. Like we're going to age, like, so Immortelle actually is known as the anti-aging blend, and it's kind of an anything blend. Sorry, I'm looking to grab it over here. There we go. It's kind of an anything blend, but it has in it, there is no coconut oil. So this oil here is 100% pure, which makes it a really good deal because you can actually dilute it and use it. But what is in Immortelle is it has frankincense in it. It has Hawaiian sandalwood in it. It has, sorry, my eyes are, it has lavender in it. It has myrrh in it. It has helichrysum and it has rose. So it has all the big oils in it. So this is another really great blend that you can use across the categories. I know most of us dilute this at least, like we turn this bottle into like 4 bottles, where we'll put about a quarter of it and then fill the bottle with the fractionated coconut oil to make it last longer. Or we'll just put a little bit in our hand and then put fractionated coconut oil with it when we apply it. It's again another blend that's really healing. People will put it around like fine lines and like around their face, even on their neck, but it's great cover all blend. All right, breakouts. And breakouts are associated with several different things, but hormones and bacteria seem to be at the top of the list. And so doTERRA actually has a hormone, a HD Clear, which comes with their team kit. Sorry, I set all these over here. Now they're like falling over. I'm not finding them. Oh, here we go. Okay. So again, HD Clear is not a touch. So this is 100% pure oil in this roller, even though it comes in a roller. And this is one, if you're going to use it with your teen, it's really important to just get it on the spots. This isn't one that you want to necessarily like rub all over your face. You want to target. So you want to put it just on those little spots, and then put whatever other moisturizer on top of that. So this will work a lot better with targeted on the spots. The other thing that you might already have, you'll see I put Melaleuca right there on the screen next to that, or tea tree. I have a lot of bottles that still say Melaleuca, even though it's now called tea tree, but they are completely interchangeable. They're the same thing. But this might be one, if you already have it, try this one first. Melaleuca is great at combating bacteria or things that are on your face, and tends to work really, really well. And you'll see that rose and geranium are also in that picture, as well as the sandalwood. So for breakouts, especially because we tend to think of our teens, having that in a combo blend, the HD Clear in it, let me just tell you what's in it. It has black cumin seed oil in it. It has H.O.W wood, it has tea tree already in it, and eucalyptus and litsea and geranium. So again, a lot of oils that you can see in the picture are just combined in this in a really convenient roller. And we'll talk about that specific kit here in a minute. All right, brown spots. I didn't pick a favorite because it kind of depends a lot on what might be causing the brown spots or where they're coming from. So you have several choices. In your picture guide, it puts the black spruce as a great one to try first. Black spruce comes in a 5 ml, so that's about 85 drops for brown spots. I would say though, if your brown spots are coming from hormonal things, neroli might be the oil for you. Neroli is, again, another flower. It smells really great, and is a hormone balancing oil that we really like on our face. So that's a good choice. All right, I wanted to give you some tips for my friend who's an esthetician that she had for keeping your face and giving it the best chance for just helping your face be clean and fresh. One idea is to use the fractionated coconut oil. Again, this is almost a four fluid ounces bottle. To use this as your makeup remover, especially if you're somebody that wears eye makeup. Just having this and being able to like wipe makeup away works really well, and it's really gentle. Also, using a fresh washcloth, not just every day, but every time. Sorry, I'm kicking stuff over. Every time you wash your face, making sure that you have a brand new washcloth. And that can just help you keep from spreading bacteria that tends to cause breakouts and things going on in your face. Another option might be maybe having a washcloth like every time might not be like an option. But these little things, and this is not a doTERRA thing, this is something that was shared with me, again, by an esthetician. It's like a little silicone face scrubby, and you can rinse them and keep them really clean, but it helps you to be really gentle on your face. So we just put like a little bit of whatever doTERRA face soap we want to use on this, and then just rub it around, and it kind of gets in little grooves and helps make your skin really clean. And the last tip is just to change your pillowcase as often as you can. Maybe you flip over your pillow like one night if you can't change it every day. But just making sure that you're not like you can put all this great stuff on your face, but then if you're putting something else on it right away that isn't clean, then these are just some tips to help with that. All right, let's talk about Yarrow Palm. This is a fantastic product. We really, really like it. It comes in a variety of ways, but Basically, it is yarrow and a pomegranate seed oil. Sorry, but it really helps your skin feel just super moist. And not just your facial skin, but also you can see here, I've put a picture of somebody who literally 3 days between picture 1 and picture 2. And I'm sure if she's continuing to use it, I've seen enough pictures of people's hands and how amazing the Yarrow Palm oil is on it. And it's a nutritive duo. So it's got that pomegranate seed, that fattier oil already in it, as well as the yarrow oil. So they're combined. And you can even actually take this one internally. It comes with a dropper, so you literally can squeeze it out and just drop a couple of drops under your tongue. There is a blueness to it, but because the pomegranate seed oil is with it, it doesn't like stain your skin blue. For very long. Like I don't know if you can tell I had just put it on that picture in the middle. So like you can see it's kind of like the sheen. It takes it a little bit to absorb. We've also used it under our eyes. Yarrow Palm does a really great job with collagen production, with encouraging your body to make collagen naturally. So you can see like just those darker circles under the eyes. After 5 minutes, they had already kind of puffed up and faded. So Yarrow Palm is a great skin product. And again, it's made for use like all over the body. Dark circles or bags under your eyes. Sometimes you wake up and you just like your eyes are puffy. Like sometimes it seems like on the nights I had the best night's sleep, like I'm just waking up and my eyes are really puffy. So if you have cypress, you don't really need an expensive eye cream to do that. You can actually just dab just the teeniest amount. I put like a little bit on my pinkies and literally just dab right under here, not getting near my eyes, but dab, and you can see those dark circles just went away super fast. So Sunburn. This is one that I think lavender has been like truly amazing for us. It really does not just sunburn, but really any kind of burn. Lavender takes the pain out of things. Sometimes it works so well that my kids think they don't ever have to be in pain because they're like, put an oil on it, Mom, make it feel better. But lavender oil is our go-to if we've been out in the sun too much. Obviously, we try to wear what we can so we don't get sunburned to begin with. But lavender has been a fantastic go-to. It's one we always have on us, like during the summer, wherever we are, and really does help with any kind of burn. Also, something we don't tend to get as much in the winter, but bites from insects or plants. This picture that you're looking at on the screen, like I unfortunately I was staying at a camp and I had a wolf spider that was in the bed and I didn't know like where it was coming from. I thought like I had gotten like stung by something out on a hike, didn't realize I was sharing a bed with a wolf spider. So once we realized they were spider bites and I had been bitten like literally like on my forehead, this is kind of my protocol for bites. I love the Doterra Mud Mask. Yes, it's great for detoxifying. You can use it on your face. You can use it on your armpits if you have really smelly armpits, and let it sit and wash it off. But we use this when we have any sort of itch from plant, insect. We put this on it and we let it sit for about 15 minutes. We try to put it just on the bite and not all over the skin. Again, that targeted. Let it sit about 15 minutes, sometimes longer, basically until it starts itching again. And then we take that off. We tend to just wipe it off with warm water. Sometimes we'll use witch hazel, but mainly like warm water. And then apply Purify Blend, which this is a great blend. We talked about it with our toxic cleaning we use in our laundry, but it's actually a really great blend for skin irritation. We've had a lot of good luck with it over the years for all kinds of skin things. So Purify tends to be one. And then because I had blue tansy with me, I put blue tansy on it too. Blue tansy is part of the chamomile family, so it calms things down. This one is 100% pure oil and actually is blue. So you'll be blue for about 24 hours. when you use this, but it smells really amazing. So, or you can cut it with a fatty oil. If you cut it with a fatty oil, like you put your fractionated coconut oil with it before you put it on, then you won't be as blue, but that way you can see that's not a bruise in that picture. It's actually blue from the blue tansy. Blue tansy is actually what makes Balance and Deep Blue Blend both have like a blue hue to them. So there's never any artificial colors when it comes to doTERRA. This is another big helper when we talk about warts, Oregano Essential Oil. And again, this is whether you have the Oregano Touch or you have a 15 ml of oregano, you can apply it to the wart. And when it starts that middle picture there, it can be really helpful to actually put duct tape just over the wart part when it gets to that, because it gets pretty gross right before it gets better. So we're actually, my son has one right now and we're working on it. And I was hoping to have pictures on here for tonight to kind of show you where we've come, but he had trouble staying on top of that right now. So it's kind of like it's at that point where it's like really gross before it gets better. So maybe in the weeks ahead we can share some updated pictures, but it really is helping when he remembers and does it consistently. That's the biggest thing with oils. You really do have to be consistent with them. So, but we love that we have these tools, and I've seen people who have, like I myself, like had planner's warts when I started with doTERRA 11 years ago. I get to say 11 years now, since February is kind of my birthday month, I guess you could call it. But a planner's wart that just completely went away. A lot of different skin things have gone away with oregano. Just remember, oregano is really hot, so you need to be careful, especially if you're using it with a child. Like you would put oregano on it, and then like make sure it's not too hot and it's not uncomfortable for them. Put a Band-Aid on it so that hot oil isn't getting anywhere else. Also, for like a really small child, like a 3 or 4-year-old that has a wart, you can also just put that a little bit of the diluted oregano like on their feet even, and see if that's enough, just having that in their system to get rid of the warts if you have a small child that has a wart. Alrighty, so lots of things to do with skin. And we talk about this every time, but we talk about it because it's so important. But the Lifelong Vitality Pack is really, truly amazing. What goes in our body is super important, and our skin is literally reflecting 80% of what is going on the inside of our body and 20% what's going on the outside of our body. So our diet can really make a difference when it comes to our skin. And you can see all of these yummy nutrients that are in our Lifelong Vitality Pack that our body just needs to have beautiful skin. So things like the CoQ10, we hear a lot about, good amounts of vitamin A, vitamin C, so many great things in there that really do help our skin. Also, the Yarrow Palm that we talked about as an oil, there is also a complex, and it comes a couple ways. We'll talk about that, but 60 capsules kind of come in the main container, and there are things in here like zinc and vitamin C and all kinds of goodness. So we tend to take these. These are what we've talked about too, like for overall skin, like just tightening of the skin. Also, like if you're somebody who likes to wear sandals a lot, this was a testimonial that we shared a couple weeks back, that this is really great for your skin all over your body. It has melon, which enhances glowing skin. And again, it has natural things that help encourage your body to produce collagen. So that's in there. And then real quick, just to show you can see that little kit there. Also, there's a serum. The serum is not intended for your face. That is the essential oil that's intended for your face. But this can go on the rest of your body. I tend to use it after I shave. Like I find that that's a really good time to use that. Or if you need something just a little thicker on your hands, you can use the Body Renewal Serum because it just holds on a little bit more. All right, some other things that are super important internally. That Terrazyme that we keep mentioning, that has those enzymes in it to help our body digest the food that we're eating and helps our body to support proper elimination. That way, it's not trying to get out through our skin. And if things are properly eliminating through our digestive tract, then they're not trying to escape through our skin and we're not seeing those flare-ups. So it definitely, Terrazyme definitely helps to calm angry red skin. And having a good probiotic, again, doTERRA's has a prebiotic that helps it actually make it, that helps the probiotic actually make it to the gut, to have that balanced bacteria in the gut and soothe that inflammation that we talked about that can cause redness. And then drinking water with a citrus in it. And just a reminder, you want that to be in glass or stainless steel, but just helping detoxify the body. And again, proper elimination. So toxins are leaving our system and not trying to come out through our skin. All right, so let's talk through, we've talked through the oils that you might already have and be able to use, but let's real quick just talk about the amazing skincare lines that doTERRA has. So the first one we want to talk about is Virage. It is all natural. Every ingredient in here is completely safe to consume. You can actually eat it. This is our purest, greenest of the skincare lines. So just give you an idea. I know sometimes it's hard to see with a picture. I'm knocking stuff on the floor. Okay. So this is the scrub that comes with Virage. It's about this size. And then we have the toner, which comes in a spray. I spray my hands and then tap my face versus like spray it at my face, because I tend to get it in my eyes if I do it that way. So this is a toner. And then there is a serum that you can put on. I don't use the serum. My mom loves the serum, so she gets the serum out of my kit, and then the Virage moisturizer. So this is a 4-pack kit. Pretty simple, goes on really fast. And again, when we're treating our skin, we want to be gentle. We want to just treat it like we would treat a baby's bottom, like just really, really gentle to our skin as we're using it. This here is a testimonial from a lady who was using the Virage. You can see over the process of about 7 months, and it really helped to get rid of the brown splotches on her face. So you can see she started in February, and by September, they were completely gone. And again, this requires like faithful use of the product. There we go. The other skincare line that tends to be really great is our HD Clear Facial Kit. This is the least expensive. It's only $46 on your loyalty reward order, and you get the foaming face wash. This is great for your teens. It's got a little foamer, and these bottles are really handy to save and do some fun DIY stuff with after they use them up. There is not a toner that goes with this kit. You can use the toner from either other kit. Some people would just use a little bit of witch hazel, depending on what they can get their teen to do. But then you're going to spot treat with that HD Clear roller that we talked about. And then lastly, an HD Clear facial lotion. And so this is one I tend to grab too if I'm noticing flare-ups. But it's just a simple 3-part system, really easy. My son, who is 15, that is his, I'm just knocking stuff all over the place. That tends to be his go-to kit. Also, I have made him before just taken like witch hazel and added a drop of the HD Clear or Melaleuca or something where he can just kind of spray. Like, as long as he's getting something on his face twice a day, I feel like it's a win. All right, and then they have the complete essential skincare line. And this entire kit is a fantastic deal. Like, you can get all 7 parts of this kit, including an Immortelle, for about $206. So, or you can get pieces and parts. So the basic kit is around $90, and then you can add 2. So that's pretty cool. But they have a facial cleanser, there's a scrub, then the toner, then the serum and moisturizer. There's also a brightening gel, which has vitamin C in it, which is so good for our skin. A really fun anti-aging eye cream. This is one that I am pretty fond of. It has a little silver ball, so you can just kind of roll it under and around your eyes, and you can make it cold. Even like I have a window in the bathroom, so I tend to put that near the window, so it's nice and cold, kind of wakes you up in the morning. So this is a really great kit, and I love the price tag on our skincare. It's so affordable for what you get. This is my personal daily routine, so I pick and choose a little bit. I use the Virage is like my favorite cleanser and their toner. And then I like the tightening serum that comes with the original skincare line. That Yarrow Palm is fantastic. And then the Virage moisturizer and the anti-aging ice cream. So I kind of pick and choose. Also, a lot of times the skincare, if you purchase it individually, can be purchased with your loyalty reward points. If you're somebody who's ordering on the loyalty plan, sometimes I'll pick these to get for free. Here is a beginner's skincare kit. These three, the lavender, Melaleuca, and frankincense, can do so much great for your skin. And then I wanted to point out the travel collection. So I'll just hold it up here and show you the difference. This is in the travel collection. This is the Yarrow Palm. So it's 15 ml. And then if you're going to buy Yarrow Palm by itself, it's 30. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see. They look, I'll hold this one a little closer to the screen. So this one is 30 ml and this one is 15. So the travel collection has a 15 ml. And then this is, did I lose it? Oh, no, okay. So then these are the serum size difference. So this is the serum that goes with the travel, and this is the serum that is the bigger one. And then you get half the amount of the capsules. So if you're like, hey, I might want to try those capsules, instead of getting 60, you get 30. And it comes in this really cool travel bag that you can then put the rest of your skincare in. So this is a pretty fantastic deal. The big collection, which is double everything, is $175. The travel collection is $79, or just the Yarrow Palm. If you're like, hey, I don't know that I need the serum, I don't know that I need the capsules, just the 30 ml of Yarrow Palm is $95. So you can kind of get it any way you want. But these are some great, if you're just going to start focusing on your skin or having in your tool bag, these three oils are my basic skin oils. And then if you want to go a little bit more all in, we have that lifelong vitality pack of vitamins, the Terrazyme and PB Assist, paired with the Virage. If you do it before the 15th, you can get that free oil of the month, which this month is a lemon eucalyptus, which is pretty great. And one of the main things I want to talk about tonight is about the partnerships that Doterra has with the growers around the world. Doterra likes to say they help people on both sides of the bottle. They're helping us who get to buy and use these awesome products, but they're also paying a fair wage to the people around the world that are growing and helping to source our oils. So one of the ways they do that is with something called co-impact sourcing. So co-impact sourcing means that they are taking care of the people, the plants, the families, and everything around it. And so these are some examples of how they are doing that. They have a huge network of people. They work with growers and distillers in over 40 countries. And many of them have years of experience. Some of them have had to even get out of the essential oil trade because there was just no money in it. They weren't able to feed their families. And Doterra has been able to go in and revive old distilleries and help families like be able to get paid a fair wage, and really be able to get the high quality oils that we're able to source. We are growing plants in their natural habitat, which contributes to the quality that we're able to get. And 96, I think it's 98% now, oils are exclusive to Doterra. So the oils that have Doterra's label on them are not gotten from anywhere else. Normally in the essential oil world and how it works is there are brokers and people that go in and they buy oils and then they resell them to all the essential oil companies out there, except for Doterra. Doterra's are exclusively there. So they individually partner with the growers they get rid of the middleman so that they can afford to pay fair wages. And you can see the guys there, that is lavender there. And you can see that giant thing on the back behind them on the ground is a distillery. So they're getting ready to source lavender essential oil. So I just wanted to share some stories with you. Oftentimes, growers and distillers are mistreated and underpaid, and they can't find a guaranteed buyer. If they can't guarantee a buyer, then they oftentimes don't leave their product in the ground long enough. They pull it out, and it creates a really unstable market for them. So here's what Doterra has done about it. You can see they provide jobs, they provide fair and on-time payments. So even for some oils, they might actually pay farmers to leave those plants in the ground longer so that they get a higher yield, so that we get a higher quality of oil, but they still pay them. They are working on building their suppliers' capacity, their way to store and make and source. Long-term partnerships. They are working to ensure fair labor conditions. They promote cooperatives in places that have never cooperated with each other before. And they help with environmental stewardship. Like last year, 2020 was the year to let the I think it was 2020 was the year to let the frankincense trees rest. Where you frankincense is sourced by cutting in trees, and then the sap seeps out, and then they chisel it off. They're able to do that many times, but according to frankincense, the people that know how trees work, they're supposed to have a year to rest. And so Doterra worked really hard to harvest enough frankincense and then to give the frankincense trees a chance to rest. So environmental stewardship is incredibly important to Doterra, as well as community development, where that comes to it, like schools and hospitals and things like that they're helping with around the world. So our frankincense is coming from Somaliland. It's a super frankincense because there are actually 3 different kinds of frankincense that are 3 or 4 that are actually in there. So again, they work with families there to have fair on-time payments. They, the picture there you can see they're actually sorting the frankincense resins, and they have moved these sorting facilities close to their homes so that moms can be near their kids, where they can go, they can sort frankincense, and they can still like make dinner and do all those kind of things that they need to do to help their families and not have to travel a long way to make a wage. Also, one of the coolest things about the project there is Doterra has now been able to build 2 schools for hundreds of children of the harvester clans. And in Somalia, it's not often that girls get to go to school. But one of the things that Doterra asked them if they were going to build these schools there and make that part of their life, that they would allow girls to go to school too. So that is really incredible. As somebody who believes in education as helping people get out of poverty, it definitely touches my heart to know that girls are going to go to school in a place like Somaliland because I get to enjoy frankincense. So also they just worked to complete a hospital in 2020, which has been a huge project to provide medical care to, I think it's like 500,000 or 1 million people. It's quite a lot that didn't have access to medical care anywhere near them. Like we think like we can, if we drive 30 minutes to the doctor, or an hour to the doctor, the nearest doctor was so far away for the people in this area. Our cardamom is sourced from Guatemala. And again, Doterra has cut out the middleman, giving harvesters a guaranteed buying and buyer and fair pricing. They're able to help with resources, equipment, and facilities, and provided things like hospitals and school in Guatemala. Our ylang ylang comes from Madagascar. And so again, fair wages. With the compensation, a lot of people have been able to like hire more growers and expand their operations. And the growers have resources so that they're able to, again, grow and harvest more ylang ylang, which helps them and helps us. Melissa and lavender are currently coming from Bulgaria, and this is a distillery that Doterra built in Bulgaria called H.O.W. sorry. But they are able to source things like lavender, melissa, and coriander and fennel from this. And they have over 70 small scale farmers that all bring their product to this in Bulgaria. And a really cool story about Melissa. We were out, if you've been with us a long time, you know, we were out of Melissa oil for a while and trying to have a way that we could get Melissa again, because some harvests had been damaged. And there was a farmer who had grown Melissa, and he had taken it to another distillery, and they had told him it was worthless. So he kind of brought it to Doterra as kind of a last ditch effort, and just to say, hey, can you get anything out of this? And the Doterra technology at this facility is so amazing that not only were they able to buy his Melissa harvest from him and source it, they were able to get an incredibly high yield from it. And so they continue to work with that farmer now. So it's just really cool that somebody who thought like their entire season was waste, that Doterra was able to pay them and help their family. Wintergreen comes from, and spikenard, both are coming from Nepal. It's one of the only places where wintergreen grows naturally due to its climate. And I love this story about that moms are able to go up in the morning and harvest the wintergreen and be home by the time their kids get home from school, and are able to help afford for their kids to go to school. Also in Nepal, like Doterra had schools built there, and they are earthquake safe. So when the earthquake happened, it was 4 years ago now, Doterra was already on the ground ready to help and provide and help people rebuild their lives in Nepal. And so every bottle of wintergreen, especially, there's a larger portion even that goes to Nepal to help continue that area there, helping with things there. Ginger is coming from Kenya. Kenyan farmers tend to deal with things where they're able to like grow on land, or they're more squatters. So Doterra, one of the things that's kind of specific to Kenya is they've actually been able to help Kenyan farmers actually own the land that they're farming on, so it can't just be like taken out from under them. And their additional projects to have clean water, farming technology, and a community center for those who are working in Kenya. You can see the ginger roots kind of poking through the bag. That's one of the few like oils I recognized, you know, in the beginning, like outside of like, I'm like, oh, I know what ginger root looks like. For me, like, I just love sharing. I love that it helps people, not only helping people use the oils, but knowing that it helps people on the other side of the bottle, and being able to do that through all the craziness that life brings, whether it's 2020 or something else. Just being able to have that flexibility to be mom, to be wife, and able to help people.